Hey everybody, it's Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. Today in the Chili Pepper Madness kitchen, we are making Texas-style chili. Texas-style chili is one of my favorite chilies. It's a big pot of just meaty deliciousness, and the big part of the flavor, massive flavor, comes from a puree, like a gravy of pureed chili peppers. So for me, it's chili pepper heaven in a big pot right there. So there's many different ways to make it. You'll see it vary from cook to cook and from place to place. But the thing about Texas-style chili is, again, it's that thick, delicious gravy. And I'm not from Texas, freely admitting that, but I did spend a lot of time in Texas for my military training, and when I was able to leave the base, this is the kind of chili that I was able to get pretty much anywhere I went. So I've played around with the recipe. This is my preferred recipe, so I'd love to hear what you think after you make it, but Texas-style chili, guys, delicious, and let me show you how to make it. All right, the first thing you want to do is make your chili paste, and this is going to form the intense, awesome flavor base for your chili. So I'm using a variety of peppers here. I'm using ancho peppers, I have pasilla peppers, and I also have a New Mexican variety here. And you can use different peppers if you want to, but these are really just big flavor ingredients. So all right, the first thing you want to do with dried pods is you want to remove the stems here. Just knock that off, and then you're going to want to get rid of a lot of the seeds and a lot of the innards. You don't have to remove all the seeds and innards, but a lot of people report that there's a bit of bitterness to them, so it'll just save you a little bit of time to a little bit of that bitter flavor. You don't want that. So all right, so go ahead and knock these out, and it's pretty easy. You can see how they basically fall right out. Just kind of, and if you got some tough ones, you can use like some kitchen scissors. Just to kind of pull them out there. And you don't have to be obsessive and get all of them, but okay, so let me go ahead and do all these, and then we will continue on and make some chili. All right, guys, I have all of my peppers have been stemmed, and most of the seeds are removed. And what you want to do is you want to get a good-sized pan heated up to about medium heat. And we're going to dry toast these. So just go ahead and drop them into the pan. You don't need any oil. It's just a dry toasting. And you'll just toast them for about like a minute or so, maybe 2 minutes per side. It loosens up the oils, and it's going to bring out some of that extra delicious flavor. And it doesn't take very long. So just like I said, about a minute or two over a good medium hot pan. And once that's done, we will just drop them into a bowl and rehydrate them and make a delicious chili paste. All right, got my chilies toasted. So the next thing we need to do is get yourself a bowl. So just pop that into the bowl, set that down. And I have some very hot water. I brought this to a boil, but you can just use, really hot water. So we're gonna soak the chili peppers. Make sure they're covered. There we go, that's good. And I'm gonna cover this, and we're gonna soak it for about 15 to 20 minutes until the peppers become very soft. And then it's chili paste coming right at you. All right, be right back. All right, I got my chili peppers all softened up, and they are ready for the food processor. So this is really easy, guys, and you can do this with any dried pods. You just rehydrate them, and let me get this moved over. Place them into your food processor, like so. And try to avoid making a mess like I always do. Can't help it, sloppy in the kitchen. Okay, so also you're gonna use anywhere from a half a cup to a cup of the soaking liquid. So just pour it in, and you can use fresh water for this too if you want to. Some people can taste that the soaking liquid's a little bit bitter, but I actually like the flavor. So, all right, so I got a half cup, and let's just puree this up. Look at that. Oh, yes, nice and thick. And if it's too thick, you can add a little bit more of the soaking liquid or a little bit more water and just puree it. So I'm going to pop this into a bowl, and we can get a closer look at it. Big flavor builder. Okay, yeah, look at how nice and thick this chili paste is. Again, this is a huge flavor base for your Texas-style chili. And yep, you see really how thick it is. It's amazing. And you can strain this if you want to, but my processor works really well, so I'm not going to worry about straining it today. All right, guys, we have our chili paste is made over here, and I've got all my ingredients all set up to make our delicious Texas-style chili. So the first thing we're going to do here is get a good-sized pot set up to medium heat, and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil here, probably a couple tablespoons. And I have 2.5 pounds of beef chuck. You can use other cuts of beef for this, but beef chuck really benefits from a good low and slow cooking, and it just makes this this recipe just outstandingly delicious. So I'm going to season up the beef here. I've got a couple teaspoons of cumin and some salt and pepper. Turn down my heat a bit. And so go ahead and just season the beef lightly. And you can use other seasonings as well, but I just like it. I love cumin with my chili and some salt and pepper. All right, got this all seasoned up. I'm just going to pop it into the hot pan. And we're going to get a good sear on it. We're not cooking it all the way through. You just want to get it nice and browned. Keep stirring, get my seasonings all mixed up in there. All right, so we're really going to do this for a couple minutes to get everything browned. And then we'll pop it back into the bowl and we will continue. All right, the meat is nicely browned here. So we're going to move this over into a bowl for now. Just kind of set it in there. All right. Just don't make a mess like me. All right, set this back and get your pan heated back up to a medium heat and add about a tablespoon of oil. And next we will be add some onion. I've got about a small chopped onion. And I have 2 jalapeno peppers right here for a touch of heat. And this is for me. I like a little extra heat with mine, so I'm going to add I've got a couple of serrano peppers all diced up. And so we're going to cook these down for a good 5 minutes or so, stirring here and there until they soften up. And then we will continue. All right, I got my peppers and onion cooked down nicely. Next, go ahead and add garlic. I have about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic minced. And you can obviously use more. I love garlic, as I always say. And you only need to cook the garlic for about 30 seconds to a minute until you can start to smell it. It's just like blooming deliciousness. All right, so that's cooking in there. So next, add your beef back to the pan, just like so. And add your chili paste here. So I've got quite a bit here. It's probably about 1.5 cups to 2 cups. And you can use more chili paste if you want to. Make as much as you want. I like to make big batches of this stuff and save it for other meals. You can freeze it, freezes nicely. All right, got that in there. And go ahead and give it a stir, mix everything up nicely. And you're gonna cook it down for about 2 to 3 minutes or so to start to coax out some of that flavor. So mixing it up here. And again, the chili puree is really key here. It's just huge flavor base. I mean, I'm Chili Pepper Madness, man. I'm all about the chilies, obviously. So, and again, you can use other peppers, really to your choice, but these are just outstanding flavorful ingredients. Yeah, look at that. Look at the color on that. It's amazing, huh? Doesn't it look good? All right, got this cooked for a couple minutes here, stirring it up nicely. All right, next, I'm gonna add all the other ingredients here. So I have a couple cups of beef stock, 2 cups there. And I have here 2.5 cups of dark beer. If you don't want to cook with beer, totally no problem. I love it as a flavor builder, a great ingredient. But you can use water or more beef stock, or really any stock, but I love beer. Next to chili peppers, beer. All right, set that down. And I have my other ingredients. So here I have 2 tablespoons of masa. So masa is it's a corn flour, and it's gonna thicken up our Texas-style chili a bit as it simmers. So get that in, and I have a tablespoon of brown sugar, whoop, and a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Set that there. All right, guys, give it a nice stir. Look at that. All right, so it's still very liquidy right now. And all right, so I'm gonna bring it to a quick boil, and then we're gonna reduce it, and we're gonna simmer for about 2 hours. And you'll watch it thicken up, and it'll reduce a bit. But you wanna have a good couple hours at least to really soften up this beef. It's definitely a low and slow kind of a recipe. And you might need more time. Just really depends on the beef. Sometimes beef cooks a little faster. Sometimes it cooks a lot slower. It all depends on the beef. So, all right, so let's come back in a couple hours when we, have our chili just about ready. We'll check it out. All right, we got a bit of a boil going, so I'm going to reduce my heat. And we are going to cover, simmer, and wait. All right, we'll be back. All right, guys, it's been a couple hours, and oh, look at that. Ooh, yeah. Oh, Texas-style chili. So I added a little bit more of the corn flour as it was simmering because I wanted it to be a little bit thicker. But you can very easily adjust it to your own preference, and you can kind of see how thick it is now. Look at that, just deliciousness right there. And another way to do that to get a little bit thicker is to take the lid off and just kind of reduce it down a little bit, bring it to a boil and reduce. But I like the extra corn flavor in mine. So, all right, let me give it a taste here. That is delicious. That is amazing. I love this stuff. Hey, Texas-style chili, super easy to make. It's just delicious to me. It's all about that chili flavor, the chili peppers, perfect blend of heat and flavor, just outstanding. So that's it, guys. That's how you make Texas-style chili. A couple little notes. You'll notice that there's no beans in this chili. You can go ahead and add beans if you want to and make it, more of a traditional style that you're used to. But then don't call it a Texas chili because they don't have any beans in Texas-style chili. So otherwise, boom. Big flavor, big deliciousness right there. So that's it, guys. Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. Let me know how you make your Texas-style chili, what kind of peppers you use. I absolutely want to hear it. So leave me some comments and drop me a line. So, all right, I'll see you next time in the kitchen. Have a good day. Bye.